Today, I want to talk about container gardening. Actually, you can grow variety of vegetables crops in containers, especially if you have a small backyard or you just have a patio. Can you guess what is this plant? It's a chayote plant. This chayote plant is growing in the pot. It was planted from a fruit I bought in grocery store. I planted this spring and it beginning to grow. Now it grow taller than me. However, has no fruit yet. I have not seen the flower yet. Right now it's the end of the December. With my care, I believe this chayote plant will produce flower and will produce me delicious fruit or squash. When you grow your food in your containers, it's easy to take care of it, easy to fertilize if needed. It's easy to water because containers don't need much water. When you grow crops in containers, there are almost no insects at all. I have not seen any except the citrus fruit. Grow crops in containers and you don't need many fertilizers. So far, all my container plants are only fertilized one time with microlife. For chayote plants, I did bury a banana and a little bone meal and balanced garden tone for chayote plants. By the way, before I want to show you what I have right now in containers at the end of December. I want to tell you a little story why suddenly I have lots of crops growing in containers. I have two ducks. I used to have three ducks, so one unfortunately passed away. Now I have two ducks. However, before I did not have all kinds of containers. My ducks, I let them running wild in my backyard. The ducks will come to our patio and will poo right on the floor next to the door. Every time I want to come to outside, I open the door. There's a bunch of poos, and I have to hop off the pools. Ducks poo will be everywhere. You know how ducks poo, very liquidish poo everywhere on the patio. Every 2 days, I have to use a hose to rinse the poo out. Very annoying. Plus, during the summer hot weather, and you will see flies. I have been tried to use some kind of plastic fence to block the patio. It becomes very annoying. Suddenly, I realized, wow, what happens if I have all kinds of containers that surrounded this patio, and the ducks will not cross over, which is true. And my ducks now doesn't cross over these little tiny parts are surrounded around the patio. You know, my ducks can't fly. My ducks can only fly about 4 feet tall, 5 feet tall, but they don't know how to fly over other side of the patio. Therefore, I have all the parts around the patio, and the ducks cannot come over, and I can keep my patio clean while I'm sitting here inside of my patio. When I'm sitting on my patio, I get to see my beautiful plants in pots, get to see ducks walking around in the garden, and they will not make mess on my patio. This is something I want to share with you because if you raise ducks in your backyard, you want to protect your patio, plant some crops in containers and block the patios with containers. Then ducks will not come to your patio and poo and make a big mess. I am so happy I found this solution. Okay, I shouldn't talk too much. Let me show you what I have right now in some of my containers. Learning how to dance. Shakira belly dance. Okay, where's my ducks? They are over there. other side of the patio. Hey, ducky, ducky. Quack, quack. Very tall. So you can plant chayote in containers. Next, tomato plants. This is a 4 tomato plants. I decided to plant one in container. Actually, tomato plants doing very well in container. I planted 2 in ground for the fall and they are already done. However, this one in containers and looking great. I have been harvesting tomatoes from this one plant in containers. Since this tomato plant is so productive, I will want to keep some seeds of these tomatoes and try to make new plants out of it. Or I might get some suckers and make new plants out of from these suckers. This is my citrus. I decided to plant it in the pot in Houston, Texas, when we have a few days of below zero, and the citrus will be killed on the ground. Or if it did not completely die, it comes back next year, then it begins to regrow. So I never get a chance to have fruit. Since I grew this citrus in the pot, I began to harvest the fruit. This citrus tree do have some leaf miner. So far, I have not put any neem oil or anything yet. I really don't want to put any neem oil. When I see leaves, like this one has a little leaf miner here, I will just take this leaves and take it off and then throw it into trash can. See, some leaves are healthy, some are not. See, this one is healthy leaves. Oh, I use this one to block ducks from enter this patio. This is a duck's little house here. When the weather is extremely cold, I will put the ducks into this house. Otherwise, ducks will be over there in that house. So you can grow lemongrass. I just started grow lemongrass in container. You can grow lemongrass in container, rosemary in container, mint in container. You know, mint can take over in your garden quickly. So it's good idea to grow mint in the container. And here is a little goji berry beginning to have leaves on it. This few days the weather beginning to warm up. So look here, the new leaves come up. And also when you have mint, rosemary, and lemongrass on your patio, especially during the summer, you will expect no insects or no mosquitoes in your patio. And look here, I have a pak choi grow in the pot. I used this one earlier to block the ducks from digging my vegetables. Once you put this pokey on here, then ducks will not go ahead dig vegetables. So look at the pak choi. Grow in the pot. Take a closer look. And has no insects, no holes. And there's some more pak choi over there. I dug up this bell pepper from the ground because the weather gets colder. I wanted to save this plant. So that's why I dug it up and let it grow in containers. So I'll be able to harvest some bell peppers. Oh, what did I do? Oh my gosh. I locked this one down. I didn't know it has 3 bell peppers on it. Look at that. Hey. Oh, they still have, you see, look at peppers. There's bell pepper on it. Oh, look here. I don't know if you can see it or not, this one. It's beginning to have flowers soon. It's a little, yeah, this looks like beginning to have flower, have peppers. I even grow housing bean in containers. There's a little water bottle. Take it up. I'm still making beans. I want to keep this housing bean alive. So when March arrives, no more frost or freezing weather, I will plant this housing bean in the ground. And here is my dragon fruit. Also, dragon fruit does very well in the pot. It begins to grow, so I finally found some tree branches. And I just support the dragon fruit with the tree branches. See, they are growing in a tiny container. And grow pretty tall now. And then look at here, cool leaf plant. It was tiny too, now it grows much bigger and getting healthier on top, as you can see it. And as you can see here, there's another dragon fruit grow in this growing containers. Dragon fruit, it's very healthy. I need to have better support for this dragon fruit. And my sugar cane, grow little sugar cane in the container. When the weather gets better, I will move this sugar cane into the ground. Behind this dragon fruit is a couple of kohlrabi. No kohlrabi yet because they're still small. And here, again, this is a bell pepper plants I dug up from the ground. I really don't want this die from cold weather. Look here, it's beginning to flowering. When the weather gets colder, I just move the entire plant into the house. It is growing in the container here. And this is a little flower I bought for my birthday. It had a beautiful flower. After the flowers are all gone, then I left it in the pot and keep it moisture not to dry. This is the second time it blooming and make more flowers. So I use this one to add some pretty flowers to patio and also block the ducks from across over. And here you can see my strawberry from this spring. I bought these strawberry plants this spring. They were so small. They did not make big strawberries. And they beginning to produce runners. So I separated runners and planted them into this pot. Look here, it's beginning to flower now. I'm not sure if it's too early or not. So I planted 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. There's a asparagus lettuce. Then I planted a little fig in the pot. But this fig will go to ground after it gets bigger. This fig branch came from my fig tree. It is a side of the branch. I cut it off and put it into the pot to let it grow. And it grows pretty good. Yesterday, I dug some kalanga, so I thought maybe I planted some kalanga as a pot giveaway. So here is a little kalanga growing here in the pot. And here, look at here, this is not food, but growing in the pot to block the ducks. Tiny little pot and have a big cactus. So pretty. It's a pokey, so I just put it on the edge next to the rose. Look, this one is alive now. This is a hibiscus from my tree. I decided to cut some branches to stick into the pot, and then it beginning to grow. You can see it's a little green leaves over there already. And the same as this one, this is the rose. I decided to propagate some roses. So I just cut the roses from that rose over there. Then put a little branch into this pot, and it began to grow. Oh, here, container, look at this container. This is a kale, Russian kale. It's grow bigger, needs to eat. I have too many vegetables. I need to slow down. Don't plant too many vegetables. That's why growing in container is a good idea too. You don't have to grow a lot of vegetables, and so you don't waste. And you can eat the vegetables while they are still young, not too old. So this Russian kale, this is a, I'm not sure what's this. This could be kohlrabi. I'm not sure. Yeah, kohlrabi. I plant a cup of kohlrabi next to it. So Russian kale, kohlrabi. Here are some more strawberries beginning to produce a lot of little baby strawberries. I don't know, they're too early. What do you think? I'm not sure, you know. Oh, here's a little tomato plants from a volunteer inside of the flower plants. So I just left it here. Oh, this is not in the container. Okay, this is on the ground. This is my eggplant. See some more strawberries here, hidden here. It's all from this spring. Here's my lemon thyme. It smells so good. I love the smell of lemon thyme. Smell awesome. And then look here, my peppers growing in the pot again. See, the pot isn't like this size. It's have peppers, turn red, and some green ones here, and the green ones in the bag. Mary, keep mosquitoes away. Also, you can add to your dishes some more baby strawberries. This is from runners. First, I planted them in a small pot, hang them, make pretty, like I saw on the YouTube. Some people use a little plastic bottle and plant strawberry, and it has lots of strawberry. So I bought several plants and put into little small pot hanging on the trellis. Looks so pretty. And now it only produces 2 strawberries. Then the plants don't do good, and the soil is so dry and very hard to take care of them. One plant did not die and made lots of small babies and runners, so I separated all of them into these bigger pots. Hope they will do good. Here's parsley from spring this year, and still just keep growing, never dies. You know, personally, I don't eat much parsley. Basically, this parsley growing here just for pretty. Here is a Chinese red choysum. I wait for this red choysum to produce a yellow flower and the stems. I eat the yellow flower and the stems of yellow flower, not the leaves. You can eat the leaves, but I don't. Then here's the spinach here. I'm ready to harvest. And here are some more pepper plants in the pot. Again, so far I'm showing you the plants all in the pot. So this pot, I just did not have room at that time, so I just planted 2 in, didn't know what kind of pepper they are. So end up this one tiny little chilies. Then there's a jalapeno pepper here. I don't know, it doesn't look like a jalapeno pepper. Then here is a Chinese apple cabbage. I use this one to make some babies so I can move into the ground. Yesterday I moved some, transplanted some into in-ground garden, and still have some growing here. I might have just harvested the leaves before they're getting too old. Look, ducks are sleeping there. Look. Yeah. Cozy, cozy. Ducky, ducky, so cozy. As you can see how I blocked my patio. This is a couch here, so ducks will not cross the couch. So I stopped from there. So here is all the containers blocked. Look here, I was showing you around. All blocked my patio here, all the way. So ducks will not be able to come into my patio. Those are heavy pots, so I put them next to the door just in case when the weather gets colder, I can move them in because they are close to the door. And look at this huge plants. Did not show you pepinos. This pepino, like I said, when I got this pepino plant was a single plant about 5 inches tall now. It produces lots of pepinos. And I didn't know pepino can grow so well in the pot. You see how tall, how big this pepino plants? It did not do good on the ground. I made a good decision, moved it to the pot. Look here. Oh, very heavy. It's ready to harvest. And then look at some more here too. Pepinos here, and there's pepino over there, and there's pepino here. So lots of pepinos in this plant. Or some here too. Here you can see. Look here. Two more there. And some baby. Oh, there's too small, this baby. Already strap on it. And the big one in the back. And this one's here. So lots of pepinos on here. Do we have some more on the other side? Yes. Pepino makes beautiful flowers. Look here. Very pretty. There's some more here. That looks like they are pair up. And some more here. See those two. This one beginning to develop purple stripes. This is the other side, a little bit distance between my couch and here. I needed to block so the ducks will not get in. I did not have enough parts, and the other one too heavy to move to here, didn't want to move anymore. This side has less sunshine, so the pot plants don't do good. I just moved these two parts here, put all kinds of kitchen scraps and covered with the dirt, ready to composting. And yesterday I dug up some galanga and put it into this pot. So it doesn't look good yet. This pot has flowers. This flower is grown from seeds, maybe dropped by wind or by birds, I'm not sure, growing between the bricks. And over here, there's a spinach growing. See, this side doesn't have much sunshine, so spinach don't look too good. I always love this type of grass, growing rather next to the river in the muddy area. So I put this grass into the pot with the dirt and put this dirt into the big pots, so the pot has water, so the water always doesn't dry out, so keep this grass alive. It begins a little bit yellow in spring. It makes a beautiful stem with a brown, some kind of, I'm not sure how to describe it, in the center. So pretty. This is a sweet potato I harvested this year from the ground. I took the potato out, sweet potato out, and I put the plants back into the soil, and it continue growth. So next time, if you grow your sweet potatoes, you harvest your sweet potatoes in December or in November, just put a couple plants back and plant them into the soil directly. I did not put any fertilizer, and they're alive. I don't know, they might still making sweet potato again, but the reason I do this so I can have the slips. So later on, I can directly cut slips from my sweet potatoes. So I don't have to restart sweet potato slips every year. Every year, I just use the existing sweet potatoes to produce more potato slips. So if you love vegetables, you love growing vegetables, and you don't have a yard, you have a patio, you can grow in the pots. Tomatoes, cucumbers, mung beans, almost anything. Even watermelon. If you see my other videos, in this summer, I grew several pots of watermelon, and it produced almost 20 watermelons for me. You don't have a big yard? No problem. You can grow all sorts of vegetables you like in pots. It will produce good harvest for you. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.